everyone, welcome. In this video, we are going to explore the Composio UI, Composio app, and we are going to connect some of our daily useful tools with Composio and see how to perform different actions with those from the app. So let's get started. First, let's sign up and we will enter our email. Let's send the login link, and as soon as we do that, we should receive an email. Probably noticed you can also log in into GitHub account, but for now we follow the main process. And we have an account with Composio. Now, I especially like the interface of this app because it's organized in a very logical way. To give you a brief summary, in the tool catalog, you can see a number of tools. For each tool, you can create a number of different integrations, and under each integration, you can have a lot of users connecting their account. And when each of the users have connected their account, whichever action they perform, you can see all those in the log. And finally, there is settings. So we will describe everything in this video. Let's start. So you can see there is a lot of applications, a lot of tools already integrated with Composio. In Composio terminology, these are called apps. And here you can see actions and triggers. So actions are different functions you can call with your LLM agent that will execute different things. It might send some GET request, POST request. It might star you to visit, send someone an email, these kind of things, depending on the platform. So let's first create a connection with, we have Notion here. So let's do that with Notion. So whenever we enter there, we can see a lot of different actions like the get about me, add content, archive this, all of this, both kind of authentication. So let's set up our first integration in Composio. Let's go there. I have to put some name. So let's put this my Notion app, and we can try OAuth authentication as well as some other authentication scheme depending on the platform. You can see the client ID, client secret are already filled up. So here you have to understand one thing. Composio is built keeping in mind both use cases. If you are an end user who want to interact with his different accounts or make individual applications that interacts only with his account, that is supported in Composio, as well as if you are an app developer and you are developing something for your users where you want to integrate with all these different platforms and you want your users to authenticate to these platforms through your app using Composio, that use case is also supported. So if you are only a single user and you want to just use Composio for your own tasks, you can use Composio's default client ID client secret. And if you are an application builder, you can just put your own web credentials here. So let's go forward with Composio's client ID client secret, and wow, we have a Notion integration. So now let's go to the live tools, and here you can see our My Notion app. You also have some GitHub integration, which is by default available whenever you create a Composio account. So when you have created a specific integration to some app, like we have created in Notion, we can see at this moment there are no accounts connected. That means none of your users or you yourself also haven't authenticated with this integration to Composio. So let's do that. If we click on add account, we need to grant access, which will redirect us to the Notion's permission page. Let's select pages. I want to add the getting started page, give it access to Composio, and wow, we have an active connection. And you can see that connection here. Now, once our authentication is done with Notion, we can check here. So when you click connected accounts, you can see all the users' accounts that has been connected through the integrations you have made from Composio. So as you can see, from my Notion app, I had created these two connections, and from my GitHub based integration, I have created these two connections. But what can we do with connected accounts? Let's go into the GitHub one, which I had before authenticated with my GitHub account, and let's go to the actions now. So you can see here are a lot of actions, and let's first do this get about me. I had already authenticated this connection with my own GitHub account. So if I run it, so this specific action doesn't need any parameter for us to run. So let's just run this action. And you can see we already have the result. This account is mine, Sauradeep, and I have all the data that are present. Now let's go and do another thing. Let's create an issue. So let's go to my repository. So this is my profile repository and create some issue, which is this with Composio, and body is we are testing with Composio action. And let's run this action. Okay, let's just go back to our GitHub and check what happened. So this was the repository. Let me just refresh it. And we have a new issue, which is test with Composio. So this is what I was talking about. And now let's do another. Let's go back and try star repo. We will star this Sauradeep and again this repository. Run action. Wow, it says executed is true. So let's again go back to this repository. Before we didn't have starred in this repository, but now we have started. So that's how you can control all these platforms that you authenticate with UI only. Now let's go back to the Composio app and close this. Now the tasks we have done, let's go to the logs and we can see these are the actions we had made from here last. So from tool, you can create an integration first with any of the tools. The integration doesn't mean you have authenticated with any account. It means you have created an place where your users or you yourself will authenticate. Then when we have a integration, we can go into this and connect any number of accounts we want with this. And we can see all the connected accounts here. Then whichever action you do with this, you can go into the logs and visit all of them. Just to clarify it, Composio supports both the case. If you are just an individual person making an application for yourself, or if you are an application developer who is making application for its users. And finally, we have settings where we have all these necessary things. So this is for this video. And the things we did from here, all of these are supported through code. We have our Composio CLI and our relevant SDKs, which we will explore in later videos. So that's it for today. Let's build something amazing with Composio. Thank you.